Hey, back for another video. So today I want to come in here and talk about how to start enjoying your life while you're young, right? So, and I say that because a lot of society kind of gives the notion that, life is enjoyed in your latter years once you've, worked hard as ever, you've been through hell. And then, at 65, that's when you can enjoy the remainder of your years, whatever might be left. And me personally, I don't prescribe to that way of thinking. I personally believe, all of life should be enjoyed. And I believe in, having some form of freedom in your early days and essentially living life on your own terms. Doesn't mean you're just going to be, not working or living on the beach full time, which, that is a possibility, just not for everyone. But you can still enjoy your life while you're young. You can enjoy your whole life. Start getting a little taste of, those things you desire while you're young. And so in this video, I want to talk about that. And so when I do say young, I do mean, those who are, college age, 20s, even 30s. 30s isn't old, and I don't want to make it seem like 40 or 50 is old. But I'm kind of just, directing this video towards kind of that audience of people in their 30s or younger. And also what I'll say this as well. I'm going to talk about things from kind of like my current standpoint in life, and I'll also give a few little, changes or insights if you have already made decisions I'm going to say to avoid, or done things I'm going to say to avoid, right? So with no further ado, let's get into it. So a little bit about myself. I've been self-employed for the past few years, 3 years now, and I've had a side, a business even longer than 3 years, but it wasn't until the past 3 years that I've been able to be fully self-employed and not have to go get another job. And so with with me being self-employed, I've went from, obviously graduating high school. I did 2 semesters of college, lived at home, then, finally moved out and so here we are today, still, much work to do and, a long way to go towards getting towards, my end game or my, my ultimate goal, the ultimate life I want. But I believe along the way you can still enjoy life. And so looking at my life, like I said, been self-employed past 3 years. And so some of the things I've learned is that you don't have to be rich to enjoy life. And number one, to enjoy life while you're young, you have to know, what does enjoyment mean for you, right? What would it mean for you to enjoy life? So one, we got to work a little bit backwards. What factors or aspects do we want in our life? And from there, then we can start to reverse engineer. But if you don't know what you want first, then we can't really start the conversation. Because what is enjoyable for me might not be enjoyable for you. See, for me, at this point in time in my life, I don't mind working, right? I actually enjoy work, keeps me busy. In a sense, it helps my mind stay focused and locked in, keeps me from sitting on the couch all day. But I also don't want to work all the time and not have any free time to do what I desire, right? So specifically with my business, I'm in the exterior cleaning industry. I've been in there for the past, 3 years or a little bit more than that, but that's been my full-time income along with some other side things, but that's been my main income. And so with that business, I work outside and I work during, the warmer season. So as I put this video, it's March, we're starting to get going and normally work until about late November. But during those colder months, I take off. And so it gives me opportunity to, I don't have to work or worry about money coming in. Still, obviously, I still try to do things that do produce income, but I don't have to go out and physically work. And so during that time, I can just, relax or travel. Just got back from Mexico. I put out content. And so what I'm doing right now is lifestyle by design, right? I'm designing my lifestyle. So number one, we got to figure out and know what we want. So I know for me personally, the enjoyable life for me, or happy life or good life, is defined with me is one, it's relationships. I love people. I love being around people. I love meeting new people. So that's one. Two is some sort of freedom. And that's, kind of physically, being able to go places, and also financially. So being able to afford to go places as well. So we got relationships, freedom, travel. I do enjoy traveling. I want to do way more of that this year if possible. I like putting out content. That's 4. 5, I do enjoy working at this point in time. And I love learning new things. So for me, that defines an enjoyable life. And so to be able to do things like travel and purchase things you want while you're young, it's not that difficult. And so here's getting into the specifics of things that I've learned is, one, a lot of the things that we want in life are financial, right? So to achieve most of the things like freedom and stuff, we normally have to have some type of financial freedom. So I think we'll focus on the topic of finances kind of for the duration of this video, because I think it's going to give the most insight along with, just your mindset and being disciplined and working. But when it comes to finances is one, we got to start with income, right? So you have to have money coming in, period, right? So with money coming in part, we can look at a few different categories of how do we bring that money in. So one, we could be in a traditional field or career. And so if a career makes you happy, like you're going to go to college and get a good job, if that makes you happy, then great. Pursue that path, and then operate strategically within that. But if not, if you're someone like me, the other path for you is like freelancing or entrepreneurship, and you kind of create your own thing. And that's what I've done. And so with that field of entrepreneurship is, yes, it's going to be ups and downs and difficulties, but to be able to eat, you have to go out there and work. It's kind of like being able to, going out and catching your own fish versus just going to the fish market. As entrepreneurs, we're fishermen. As kind of like career people, I'm not saying you guys, but like those people go to the fish market. End of the day, we all have fish, right? But one person just went out and actually fished and caught it themselves, and the other person benefited from that, right? So the entrepreneurs create the jobs. The career path seekers take the jobs and fulfill those jobs. So one, we start with income, right? Now we got to figure out how we're going to produce income. We're going to do it through entrepreneurial field or, through a career field. Doesn't matter. It doesn't really make a difference. Whatever makes you happy, right? The good thing about the entrepreneur field, or even just, having a side hustle, is that you have a sense of control over your income and schedule, hopefully, right? With the ability to scale your income. And when you have that ability, now you just got to figure out, what am I doing wrong, or what changes can I make that will allow me to produce more income? And so you examine that, and so your income grows. Along with growing your income, and here's some things that I'm going to personally work on this year, along with making money, is cutting my expenses down. So reducing my just kind of like liability type of expenses, just spending money kind of frivolously and pointlessly on dumb things. And I'm going to put, my goal this year is to save over probably between 30 to 50% of my income monthly and put it into different investment vehicles and also grow my business. So one, income is going to go back into my main business to grow it. Two, money will be put into assets like cryptocurrencies and the stock market. And also, hopefully, my goal is to do at least 3 real estate deals this year, along with, looking for other opportunities as well. So my money will not only just be saved. I don't want to just save money and have it sitting there in an account, not growing at any, interest rate. But so that's what I said, I'm going to put money into these investment vehicles. Now, I did mention something like cryptocurrency. When I say enjoy your life, do things that you're comfortable with and that you can handle. For me, being that I'm young, I'm going to operate taking more risks this year and with a higher risk tolerance, because being that I'm young, what do I really have to lose right now? I'm not married. I don't have kids. And that's one of the things I was going to talk about financially is, I would say is while you're young, this is my personal belief. Choose your own path, right? But this is personally how I operate strategically, right? Avoiding, serious relationships right now, or marriage, or buying a house, or having kids, and all these things, they're great, right? Nothing wrong with those things. But if you have a certain goal you want to achieve, these things can very well hold you back, especially having kids at a young age. So for me, that's out of the picture right now because I have to build my foundation first. I don't want to struggle, with a family. So I want to build my foundation first. So anyway, getting back to risk tolerance. Being that I'm young, I'm 23 years old, I'll be 24 this year. I don't really have a whole lot of expenses. I have my business, I have rent, stuff like that. Basic, life expenses. I feel like I can take more risk in putting and also having the ability to save most of my money and put it into these vehicles. Like cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, very volatile. It could go down 20% in a day. Also can go up 30% in a day. And then the next day it could drop 15%. It could shoot up 25. So if that doesn't sit well with you, if you're not comfortable with that type of, investment vehicle, then choose something that works for you, but at least have something. So go something less volatile, go something safer. Put your money into a Roth IRA or an EFT, ETF. Put it in something like that. That's going to be safer for you. It's going to grow a little bit safer, but end of the day, it's going to be better than having your money, just in a stagnant account growing at 0.0001% a year. You're not going to make any money. You're not going to get rich. And like I said, this isn't necessarily about being rich, but one of the key financial principles to understand is not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep at the end of the day. So if you really think about it, if you define your life right now, and you say you want to be able to travel, eat at nice restaurants, have nice things, now you just got to figure out how do I get that? And so what I've understood is, I have, last year I purchased one of the cars that I wanted. Cool. Not a big deal. Like affording that car monthly was not hard strategically. You know, like when you put in certain, you diversify your income, you have multiple streams. It's not really that difficult. You know, taking a vacation when you don't have kids, you don't have a bunch of, I don't have any student loan debts. I don't really have any long-term commitments financially that would hold me back. If I have a decent income, if my income is here, expenses are here, that gap, I'm able to, kind of play with that and do what I want. So with that being said, I believe that while you're young, take the opportunity to experiment with life. Don't make any super life-changing decisions while you're young. Be careful. Like I said, one of the big things for me is avoiding having kids at this young age. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what you want, listen, I'm not knocking people who do that at all. If that's what you want, great. This video is all about getting what you want, right? I'm not going to set the standard for happiness for your life. You have to do that for you. So define what makes you happy and work from there. So if a marriage and family, and a dog or whatever makes you happy, great. You're abiding in your happiness. That's amazing. For me, my happiness is not defined by those things. I'm going to go out my path. And that's one of the things lessons I want to give you guys is that there is no one, set way of doing life, right? There's many ways of doing life and going about life. As long as you get to the end result that you desire, great. However you get it, great. You can I personally, I like to listen to, or gain a little bit from everybody. Not too wide, because then, you can get to some crazy ideas and thoughts, but, take a little here from there and a little here from there. And that's eventually how you form your own recipe of life. I don't believe, just for me personally, I didn't believe, and I still don't believe in, just the idea of, being born and going through school and then getting a college degree and then, choosing a career path and staying with that path for however many years and retiring, even if I hated that career. And then now I'm 65 and this is when I'm supposed to enjoy my life, but I don't have much life left in me. I'm not healthy. I gotta, see the Grand Canyon in one of those mobile scooters. No, that's not what I want. I want to enjoy all of my life. I want to be impactful. I want to live a life with purpose, financial freedom, because money is abundance. I don't believe in saving money because they're printing trillions and trillions of dollars, not just a year, but, especially with this whole, nonsense that's going on in the world right now is that, the federal government has printed a lot of dollars. So what that just means is what? Inflation. If you're just saving your money and it's not growing at any interest rates, it's not going to be able to compensate for inflation. So $1 million a day won't hold the same value as $1 million 10, 15 years from now. So put your money to work. Put yourself to work. Don't be lazy. Be disciplined. Stay focused. Identify the things you want in life, and then start working towards them. Even if you have a career, have a side hustle. Pursue some of those hobbies. Play around with life. Don't just do things because you think it make your parents happy. End of the day, it's your life, so do what's going to make you happy. And if you fail, it's your life, and your failure to own, right? End of the day, it's your decisions, right? Those people who are telling you what to do, they're not going to be around forever. So when they're gone, are you still going to live a life that pleases them? Or are you going to have a life, or live a life that pleases you or makes, or fulfills you and makes you happy? So with that being said, guys, I hope you got some value out of this video. To sum it up, really, it's just about, find your focus, figure out what you want in life, and, put your money to work, save your income, don't have high expenses, and, whatever. Do what else ever makes you happy. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and peace out. I'm back. Peace out again.